Hey traders, Nick Shaheen here looking at a few prior champs that have had a tough time this week. Peloton is the first one on my screen, so let's go with that. All right, let's go zoom out and look at it a little bit longer. I don't have a trade on it. So theoretically, if you told me, if you showed me this chart, don't tell me who it is, I'd say it's a buy the dip opportunity, just because I had forecasted a downside scenario that has been fulfilled as an upside scenario that has also almost been fulfilled, and then some. So nothing surprises me, and that would be a buy the dip opportunity. Whether it's cheap or not, it's not my business. This is from the charts. And just because it's fallen into a prior cluster that served as the base for this entire rally, and this circle right here. In addition, this blue-red is a simple regression representation, so reverting to the mean, so to speak. So if you overdo it and you have to come back to revert to the mean, and sometimes they overdo it this way. So what now? Ideally, if it's from a trading perspective, I would have to zoom out to see what happened in this candle right there. And this is yesterday and today. What is today? The 10th, 11:10. And you can see that now the trigger would be this little fail. Big gap that's left open. It's not going to be easy to start to fill it. But this is a momentum stock, so maybe it's different. I'll remind you, similarly to Intel, although this doesn't look like Intel when it moves, but it's the concept. The carrot is too big. Getting into it is going to be hard, and filling the whole thing is going to be hard. So even if they start the rally, I would book it around 115.5 for a trade. If you're looking to own it for the long term, I ask you, why haven't you bought it already? Why are you watching this video? Because if you believed in it and considering it up here, what changed your mind? I thought up here it had competition problems from Lululemon, bought the mirror. Also, the other one, Tonal, is hitting the airways. It's looking a little more legitimate. Who's going to buy that? So there is competition. Plus, if the reopening indeed happens, to me, the virus news from Pfizer is not a game changer for Peloton. It affects it maybe indirectly, but it's not a game changer. And it's good news for humanity to have a virus vaccine that is effective 90%. But it's not going to change anything for the next few months at least. So trade the charts, and these wicks down here tell you that they don't want to be down here. And these are not coincidences that they fall into the cluster I just mentioned. So I haven't looked at its fundamentals in a while. So let's go look. PTON. Okay, so Peloton, let's look at the key data. That's an easy place to start. Is this an 8 or a 5? Looks like an 85. Oof. So the PE is not the determining factor for a growth stock. That might raise eyebrows, like it did for Amazon. But if you shorted it based on the PE, you made a mistake. The price to sales is 12. Believe it or not, it's reasonable among these high flyers, because then it has only about 12 years worth of sales built into the current stock price. It's about almost 2.5 times what Amazon sells at, but it's in line with Google and Facebook and those. So I don't understand why the forward PE is higher than the current PE. So they are going to spend more money down the line or lose sales. So I don't know what happened in the report. So that's on you. So let's look if they're growing sales. This is a quarterly revenue, the top line, 220, 465, 600, 750. So I like this progression. Are they growing the profit, gross profit? I like this progression. So let's see, operating income. So there's nothing that says it's going the wrong way. So if you were a fan, why are you watching this video? If I was long here and I didn't get out, this is not where I would have gotten out. And you know, on one hand, it doesn't look expensive. On the other hand, it was here just a few months ago, 33, and here it is 100. So can it fall more? Sure. So here's a scenario that will freak people out. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but if they lose this one, let's say this bounces indeed to draw a right cup handle, then it'll be like an inverse cup and handle of sorts. It's just a a zone that should have held that didn't, and if so, then 70 will come. Please, this is not a call for 70. I'm saying if indeed this bounce right here today on the 10th is a to draw a right shoulder or the handle, then they'll slip under there, try to recover it, they will fail, and then maybe come back down to here. Where would I buy the dip heavily if this happens? This is where I would have bought the dip already. And if that fails, I would buy the dip a lot better. And you can sell puts right now to open this position if you want. So there's a trade for you right there. This gap is going to be very enticing. I'm not sure they can just burst right through it like nothing happened. That's my inclination on this bad boy. So these two candles are not that bad for somebody it's actually good for somebody that wants a position. This whole dip is bad for somebody that didn't book profits. I've never stayed in profits this long, and I book early, that's fine, but I avoid these. They're heartbreaking. So if you didn't book up here, you shouldn't be selling down here. That's my opinion. All right, this is Peloton, and I'll do other videos for the other guys.